Have you ever lost something that felt like everything? A job you poured your soul into, a relationship you thought would last forever, a business that collapsed overnight. In that moment, what did you do? Did you rage? Did you break down? Did you curse life for cheating you? Now imagine this. You're the wealthiest trader in Cyprus. It's 300 BC. Your name is Zeno. You're on a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, your ship's loaded with cargo worth a fortune. Then, without warning, without anyone's fault, the sea swallows everything. Your boat, your goods, your entire life's work, gone in an instant. What would you do? Most of us would crumble. Most of us would scream at the sky, drown in despair, let the anger consume us. But Zeno didn't. Zeno went on to found Stoicism, the philosophy that would shape emperors, slaves, warriors, and survivors for centuries. And the psychology behind his response? That's what we're unlocking today. The core of Stoicism is deceptively simple. You don't have control over what happens to you, but you have absolute control over how it affects you. That gap between event and reaction, that's where your power lives. That's where Zeno stood while his fortune sank beneath the waves. Not crying over drowned goods, not begging the gods for mercy, just a man standing in the wreckage, choosing calm. Today, people hear Stoic and think of someone cold, emotionless, a statue that never flinches. That's a misunderstanding. The original Stoics weren't unfeeling robots. They were masters of perspective. They understood that negative emotions from negative experiences can be processed and transformed into thoughts that give you a unique lens on the world. And perspective, your perspective, is everything. Here's what made Stoicism different from every other philosophy of its time. The Stoics didn't hide their teachings behind school walls or palace gates. They taught in public, openly, to everyone, slave or emperor, rich or poor, man or woman. At a time when women were forbidden from pursuing philosophy, Musonius Rufus, the teacher of Epictetus, publicly declared that women possessed the same eagerness and natural inclination toward virtue as men. They even invented the word cosmopolitan, citizen of the world. Think about that. Thousands of years before globalization, the Stoics already saw humanity as one people.
Some of the most powerful minds in history were Stoics. Epictetus, whose name literally means acquired because he was born a slave. Seneca, a renowned statesman and playwright. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, one of the most powerful men to ever live. Same philosophy, same principles, completely different lives. So why does Stoicism endure? Why do people still turn to it when the world feels chaotic? Because in a world full of unexpected turns, your emotions can become your worst enemy. Here's a strange truth. We don't get sad because bad things happen. We get sad because unexpected bad things happen. Think about rain. Rain waters plants, feeds livestock, cools the air. Rain is good. But when that dark cloud catches you outside without an umbrella, it feels like a personal attack. Yet you don't cry when it rains. Why? Because you've learned to expect rain. It's unavoidable. You can't control the weather, but you know the rain will pass and the light will return. Stoicism teaches us to treat all misfortune the same way. Expect that everything bad that can happen will happen. Picture the worst outcome. Be content knowing it could arrive. Not to live in fear, but to live in readiness. One Stoic practice is called voluntary discomfort. Sleep on the floor, take cold showers, eat only potatoes for a week. Sounds miserable, right? But here's the psychological genius behind it. When you voluntarily endure discomfort, you prove to your nervous system that no matter how hard it gets, you'll still survive. And if your mindset is right, you might even thrive. You're not punishing yourself, you're inoculating yourself against future misfortune. This message matters now more than ever. Advertisements scream at you daily that you need the next thing, the better car, the bigger house, the perfect body. The world whispers that without these external things, you'll never be happy. And so you chase. You spend your life attaching your happiness to forces you can't control. Cars break down, natural disasters wipe away cities, divorce rates climb higher each year. Even the free things in life come at a cost, the cost of space, both physical and mental. As Seneca wrote, learning to live with less will create space in your life for the things that truly matter to you. Place your happiness not on what you have, but on who you are. Keep a cool head regardless of what life throws at you, because at the end of the day, you don't control the majority of what happens to you, but you control everything about how you react. That is the dichotomy of control, the most important principle in Stoic philosophy. Epictetus put it like this: the chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control.
Determine your value not from what you can't control, but from what you can. Striving toward goals is good. Breaking down when those goals don't work out is, from a Stoic perspective, useless suffering. Think about a man who works hard for 6 months. He feels he deserves a promotion. He walks into his boss's office with his performance report. The boss says thanks, but no. The man goes home crushed, convinced he's a failure. But he never considered that the boss might have woken up angry. Someone else might have been more qualified. The company might be losing money. He doesn't know the reason, but he's still devastated. Now imagine he placed his value not on the promotion, but on the quality of the report he submitted, on the effort he put in, on the consistency he showed. With that reframing, his goal wouldn't be destroyed, just postponed, and he could walk out of that office with his head held high. That reframing is everything. There are 4 main virtues of Stoicism: wisdom, the ability to separate what is internal from what is external, and to choose your reaction in the space between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, said it best: between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Courage, 2 words: persist and resist. Temperance, moderation, doing more with less, saying more with fewer words. While billionaires fight at the top of Forbes lists, Stoics believe the limit of wealth should be having what is essential and then having what is enough. Justice, the most important virtue. No one should do harm to another because we were all born for each other, to do good to one another, not just to ourselves. Nelson Mandela learned Stoicism in prison. For 27 years, he studied Marcus Aurelius. When he was finally released and elected president of South Africa, the world expected brutal revenge against those who imprisoned him. Instead, he urged his people to relax and rebuild. He understood that the past was beyond their control. The only path forward was to build a better nation. That is the way of the Stoic. Even modern therapy owes a debt to Stoicism. Rational emotive behavioral therapy helps patients identify and challenge irrational negative thoughts with logic, then replace them with healthier beliefs. Logotherapy, developed by Viktor Frankl, is based on the Stoic principle that humans are driven by purpose. Even in the darkest situations, we can fill our lives with meaning by finding what that purpose is. This is easier said than done. It's a process. Rewiring how you think takes time. Out with the old, in with the new. To fix your relationship with happiness, you must practice self-worth. Redirect your definition of value to what you can control. Stop fixating on what you cannot. Stoicism helps you steer through past and present storms into calmer, more peaceful waters. And if the ship sinks and everything goes under, you can take peace in the fact that you lived a good life, even if not as long as you had hoped. Because remember, everything has an end. So look at your life right now. Where are you attaching your happiness to things you can't control? Where are you breaking down over outcomes that were never in your hands? Reframe it. Reclaim your space. Choose your response. That is the psychology of Stoicism. That is the way.